So many people are asking me, Alex, how do you get all the skills? Like,
Good evening.
how did you get one touch passing, double touch? And look, if you check out this, I'll be showing that on my premium team. And you see additional skills, aerial superiority, heel trick, very good skill as well. Deep in shot, one touch pass. Deep in shot actually is something that I'm experimenting. I will be probably changing it to something else. One touch pass, double touch. And I'll be covering briefly what kind of skills you would want to see on your players. Starting from a goalkeeper position, the only goalkeeper that I actually had some additional skills is Check, and randomly allocated additional skills on him, which are not bad. Through passing on a goalkeeper is good. Weighted passing is also good. It is good for any midfielder. It is good for a right back, left back, someone who is passing the ball. Weighted pass giving additional spin and making all the passes, even the low ground passes, more precise, but mainly it is influencing the passes which are lofted. Then when we talk about the through passing, it's just like a fantastic skill to have on any player. And with the goalkeepers, you can't carry over skills from other players other than goalkeepers. So you need to make sure that you have a goalkeeper with that skill, or directly apply skill token, which is something that I did with this check. Then speaking about defenders, like for instance this Maldini, I think he was lacking a few, and I gave him heading, right? He was lacking heading. And then randomly I allocated outside curler, which is good on any player because outside curler allows you to perform passes with the outside of the foot. And it gives you an opportunity, even if you're performing pass, if the player is directly in front of you, it gives you an opportunity to activate the animation where the ball is escaping your opponent's attempts to intercept. On defender, that's why you buy premium defenders, because not only they have fantastic stats, but they also all the skills. Maldini had all the skills except for heading, and for a defender, for a center back, and right back too, and even defensive midfielder. Man marking, interception, blocker, aerial superiority, heading, and sliding tackle are needed. Fighting spirit is good because fighting spirit is a good skill when your players are out of stamina, low on stamina. They will be still performing when they are completely exhausted. So acrobatic clearance is nice to have too, but if you have aerial superiority, it's not that needed, but it's nice. And then he has weighted pass, pinpoint crossing, like any skills that I can improve this card with are just like maybe one touch passing and through passing. But that is not that needed on a center back, that's a luxury. And then when we talk about fullbacks, for instance this Costa Curta, this is where I have added him a track back and aerial superiority. So track martial turn is just for banter. But the main idea is that you want to have track back on as many players as you have if you prefer to have a really aggressive pressure, and quick counter is doing that, but you can add it with track back. If you check out the skill description of track back, it just shows that the player is trying to pressure when losing possession, right? As soon as your players lose possession, they try to be really aggressive, stay closer to your opponent without even you switching to that player. That's nice because I want AI to help me as much as possible, and with the trackback skill I would prefer to have it on every player, maybe even a goalkeeper too. So, but there's only 5 slots and you need to sacrifice something and decide what works for you. This Kante is not fully boosted with additional skills, but he will be very soon. He has aerial superiority and heading because I want, even with his short height, I want him to still at least try to fight for those. But for a center midfielder, be it like a defensive center midfielder, attacking center midfielder, that's why I have completely filled all the slots for a Casemiro, and that would be rising shot, and not needed, but it is nice because he has long range shooting. Through passing and one touch pass, I want it on all of my midfielders, wingers and strikers. These 2 skills. You see trackback as well and soul control for better control of the ball. I would want to have outside killer on Casemiro too, but it's not really that crucial. When we talk about attacking players, for instance, this Figo also has 5 additional skills, has double touch, flip flop for a special double touch, just because I like this animation. In my opinion, just like allows you to create more space. And then we have through passing, which is needed, heel trick, which is really underrated skill, and acrobatic finishing, because when I try to enter the box with Figo and I use the outside curler, because if you play a right-footed player on the right and you don't cross all the time, but you rather cut inside and take a shot, outside curler is needed. So I would prefer, of course, to have a left footer on the right, and for that I think I have packed Kuba, or they're signing. Yeah, Kuba would be nice to help over here, because as a left footer he's gonna be cutting inside and curling. That's where our acrobatic finishing is needed, not only to finish like bicycle kicks or head kicks, but also when you're being bullied off the ball and when your player is losing balance, this acrobatic finishing will help you still score goals, even when you're being barged from behind or whatever. And when we talk about Neymar, this is my selection of skills. This is where you can have additional 5 slots and it still would not be enough. But the skills that I gave, I think, like I said, every winger, in my opinion, every player that you're playing with, it is preferred to have one-touch pass and through passing. Even if they have very bad stats in passing, it still is going to be helping you to a little bit improve your passing overall. And long-range curl, just because I do curl more than taking power shots, although a long-range shooting is also a nice skill to have on him. Acrobatic finishing, like I said, why I'm using that, and outside curler, because sometimes Neymar can pop up on the right, and even if I play him here, I can play if I have like problems with like arrows or something, and then I can change this position to a second striker, and he will be still performing for me because he has outside curl, can curl from here. Lots of cards on my bench, and I'm like, oh no, such good cards, and this like. For instance, Park, like box-to-box player, I really wanted him, but now I can kind of feel relaxed and calm about the fact that I'm using Park on the bench because I gave him super sub. Not only that, he has man marking and blocker, very important skills for a defender, for defensive midfielder, and also for box-to-box midfielder, right? One-touch passing, and the next one slot, I'm saving that for through passing. And many people would be asking, Alex, how do you get so many skills? Look at this. I already made a video about that. You just go to Contact tab and sign 0 GP players. It is your preference. There is absolutely, this is like superstition. People like Lombardi. Some people like using, I don't know, Calejo. Just sort them by a price and make sure that the arrow is facing upwards. And from here, you can sign anyone you like for 0 GPs and apply the skill tokens that you receive from completing the events on them. Knuckle shots. One more, please. Double touch or through passing. I need those. Once you did that, you can get very, very good skills. For instance, I have tons of Lombardis with nice skills. Look at this. This Lombardi is in my team. Why? Because he has a good skill, and that is aerial superiority, very nice skill to have on defender, and so on and so forth. This Sander Callejo is in my team because he has heading, right? And I'm not discarding these cards, I'm just saving them for a good occasion. And in the end, when I really need a skill, I carry that over. And look at how much GPs I have, and this is where I'm carrying over my Kvaratskhelia on this Danielson, I think, right? Look at this Danielson. He has only 3 skills, but now he's gonna be getting more. I need him, give him through passing, and I need to give him super sub, which is where I want to use, why I want to bench him, because he's gonna be very pacey, a very dangerous player to face, considering he has great passing abilities, and he has, now he's gonna be having skills to pass the ball to. So that's what I'm gonna be showing you. Give me a chance. Legacy transfer. And I'm gonna be looking for my Kvaratskhelia, who has received these skills. I have packed a different version of Kvaratskhelia. I will be using that. This one is about to get very close to expiration. Yeah, the duration of contract is 91 days, 3 months left. I can get by with other version of Kvaratskhelia, besides it's better. Look at this one. This one has through passing, outside curler, and super sub. Unfortunately, outside curler is wasted in this transaction, but I'm getting 2 very difficult skills to acquire by just allocating them on GOGP players, that the method that I'm using. And these are super sub and through passing. Very difficult skills to get. But now that I can carry them over, and it costs me 400,000 GPs, I agree with that, and I'm improving my card. I'm saying goodbye to my Kvaratskhelia, but now I'm getting overpowered card of this Danielson, making him even better. Introduce him in the second half to activate that super sub. Super subs, for some reason, I played against Chiesa, Blitz Curler, and that card was a menace in the second half. Like, Mitoma has better dribbling stats, and I was able to stop Mitoma, but Chiesa in the second half, for some reason, was impossible to stop. So great at dribbling. So super subs are nice, and look at this bench. I have super sub number 1, super sub number 2, super sub number 3, super sub number 4. Romario is also a super sub. I gave that to him, and making use of him in the second half as well. Look at this. Kill trick, soul control, super sub. Also, so soul control improves dribbling, but it also allows you to activate a special double touch if you are getting a flip-flop also in addition to that. Another super sub, which is Kevin. And yeah, like at least 6 super subs. It can be more. I have more on my bench. So yeah, that's the basics of the skills, distribution of skills, how I'm acquiring the skills, how I'm carrying them over. If I'm talking about the free team, like for instance, this Zinchenko has 5 skills, right? Look at this, additional skills, making him much better player, interception, double touch, one touch pass. I think this Bellingham has also a few skills and he needs a little bit more. So that's how I spend my GPs, by the way. Like, yeah, you see, people are asking, Alex, like, why do you need GPs? Like, that's why I need my GPs. To improve my players, to make sure that they are performing better. This Gnonto has 5 skills, right? Outside curler, surpassing vantage pass, and vantage pass was where I was gambling. I think I gambled like 10 skill tokens. Acrobatic clearance, not needed on Gnonto, not needed. I didn't use acrobatic clearance, Konami. Why do you give me acrobatic clearance? How about you give me a vantage passing? How about vantage passing? Bro! This Mudrik is completely boosted with additional skills, surpassing, flip-flop, chop turn. I really like that on him because he's pacey, can change the direction of his run, but slightly, and it is just like, it is very difficult to beat. I mean, good chop turn, when you time it very well, very difficult to beat. Like, there is no better skill in my opinion. And then acrobatic finishing and outside curler. So yeah, this is nice. And some other cards that have additional skills. I think Bale. Bale is a super sub, a special card of mine. A weapon, because his long shots and power shots are very difficult to sub. Vantage pass, super sub, double touch, soul control, and flip flop. So I gave Bale pretty much special double touch, which is nice. It's nice to have. And yeah, there we go. This is a brief review. Many people asked me about the skills, and I made a few videos like that before. But this is current state of my teams. And yeah, free to play premium that you guys. With your donos, like, you helped me to acquire these fantastic players, and I want to give them according skills so that they perform well for me. Okay?